Hey video game fans, this is Matt, back for some more Battletech extended mod action. Um, I've been busy bouncing around world to world. As in the last video, I'm not making a lot of progress. It's a lot of 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. It's just, I did make it to the core world periphery and was kind of disappointed some of the worlds that were beyond the inner sphere circle weren't accessible. I was kind of hoping to get maybe some pirate missions, but didn't really work out. Some priority missions or whatever they're called are popping up, but they're always back on the other side of the galaxy, back in the Arano restoration area. Luckily, there's a few in the core central region that are interesting enough that I decided to head back there. There's one that's not going to expire for 100 and some days, but it was going to take like 80 days to get there. So I was like, well, I found a world that was about halfway between. It's not as difficult as some of the other worlds. Most of the missions that are here are only 2 skull, but this is a 2.5. This is the most difficult of the ones that are on this world. I just wanted to record something. I'm not saying this is going to be a great battle or anything. I'm doing a mission for the Lyrans against the Caretans in an urban environment, obviously. Looks like I got one purple mech. That's alright. There's no sense of rebooting it just for that. Looks like they're in just general direction. I've had a few disappointing missions in an urban environment recently that were very frustrating, but I managed to get through them, I think, or avoided them. I do got some new mechs. I kept shuffling. I brought some up. I got a lot of these, what I'm calling like blue collar, mechs. They're just utilitarian. There's nothing that special about them. Unfortunately, my mech warriors keep specializing in mechs that I end up putting down in storage, and so now they have all these levels up, and I was like, it's very. I decided I want to narrow down the variety of mechs in my lineup. I did bring up a second Atlas. I still have some weird ones in here. I think this mission we got a Cyclops, an awesome Zeus, which is one that was in my storage that I recently completed, and I brought it up. It's just another lighter assault mech that's, whatever.
Orders.
The ridiculous looking Flashman.
Waiting on you, Commander.
And then, of course, my standard fare. The rest of these are old favorites. I decided I wanted a bunch of close combat and long range mechs. I've been kind of specializing. I think it would be good to have maybe 3 close combat mechs, at least 3 or 4 missile boats for fire support. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good balance for my lance going forward, anticipating some future conflicts. But
I'm going.
There are several priority missions right now that are, the prize is lost tech equipment. So unfortunately, as I said, some of them were in the Arano restoration, which is in the what is it, Spinward side of the galaxy, which is the exact opposite side of the galaxy, and there's just no way I could get there. But I think if I get to this next one, maybe there'll be some tech that I don't know, my words are, something sexy, something fun, something interesting. It's been so long since I've seen anything very interesting. Actually, the world that we're on has a black market, and for 3 million credits, I can get an SLDF Gauss rifle, and I am going to get it. So I'm basically going to sit here. I'm going to do a couple of these missions, get some cash in my pocket, and I'm going to buy that. It's not like I have a mech that I want to mount it right now, but it's the second one I've seen in I don't know how many 1,200, 1,400 days of playing. We are in January,
Aye, aye.
I believe, of 3031 now. Slowly grinding my way through time.
Yeah.
This should be sprinting. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, well, sprinting. Get into the tree line.
Confirmed.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I did. I started experimenting with color schemes in my. I just wanted a change of look. I tried some different color schemes. I had this great one that was red and silver, but it looked too much like Ohio State colors, and I can't have that, so I had to get rid of that. I tried some different golds. I tried some of the bronze color or the brass. What is it? Copper colored metallic. I tried different shades of black and white. The black and white one looked kind of good, but I want something. It needs some kind of color that pops. I actually went out on a few missions with some different color schemes, and they were fine, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. So I ended up going back to one that I've used in a previous gameplay, which is my kind of my aqua blue, bright purple with the hot pink highlights. It's very 80s, 90s kind of day glow colors, which I really dig the look of, and they look outrageous.
What do you need?
So blazingly goofy.
Got it. No shooting, just
It's
running.
like they're going to a surf park or something, going to the beach. I'm not sure I'm going to keep these this
Waiting
way,
for
but
orders.
it'll do for now. At least I like these colors,
What's up, Fox?
but I really want to. I don't know. I just got to keep playing with the different the color palette until I find something that I like.
On the move. Full speed.
Commander?
Unless a bunch of reserve or the reinforcements. If there aren't a lot of reinforcements, this should be a fairly quick battle. Right now there's only 8 enemies, and I got 8 here, so. Let's see.
Waiting for orders. Affirmative.
I haven't really lost anything great. I did, well, there's
Waiting
a few
for orders.
recordings. It was before a few recordings ago. I lost another one of my older
No shooting,
pilots, but
just running.
that's old news at this point. It's been a long time since I've hired a new crew member. Keep leveling them up. Month after
Waiting on you,
month.
Commander. Going turbo.
Trying to record some of these battles just to keep me honest. Okay, so we are going to be up against 12. Yeah, it figures. It's going to be a little more. All narrow through this one little boulevard. This is going to be interesting.
Receiving you.
All
Heading
right.
out.
Might as well start some shooting. I did make one other change in my control scheme. I don't know if you've noticed it, if you've seen the previous
Now, let's
videos.
see how you handle this.
I turned off the auto lock, so when it switches to my different mech warriors, it doesn't automatically change the camera to them.
Commander.
See, ordinarily it would zoom it, mainly because of the beginning of missions. when I'm trying to move all 8 mechs towards something, it just bounces back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and it's giving me, it's just awful. So I turned it off, so now it doesn't do it. Now, if I want to zoom to my active mech warrior, all I got to do is double click it, and it'll take me to it. But it won't just zip to them just because I click on them. Ploop. Let's go here.
Yep. Firing at him. Yep. I'll do what I can.
Oof. Not great percentages.
Eat this.
Who needs great percentages when you get center torso
That one's
shots?
gone.
Little mechs. And a mongoose. I took all my light and medium mechs and sent them down. Even though I've got several mech warriors who are specializing in the Banshee, I sent it down. I brought up a Bombardier, and it turns out Bombardier is really just kind of, I don't know if they actually designed it before or after the Archer, but it looks a lot like the Archer. Does the same kind of job as the Archer.
Standing by.
It kind of reminds me of like a proto-Archer.
Onward.
And it was fine, but I was like, I got too many. Same reason why I didn't bring the longbow back up after I'd sent it down. They're fine, but I don't want so many diversified mechs. If I have another mech, I'd rather bring up a few more archers rather than have one mech warrior specialized in a bombardier and one in a longbow and one in an archer and one in a catapult. If all they're doing is the same job, why don't I just bring up a bunch of archers and have my mech warriors equally proficient? You know, that kind of thing. So that's kind of why I'm trying to narrow it in a little bit, rein in some of the diversity. I love the diverse elements, don't get me wrong. If I could have, 50 active mechs that I could flip to at any one instant, that's the way I would prefer it, but they don't allow you to do that. So I gotta find a different way of, I don't know, being a more effective mercenary captain. I gotta rein in some of my sprawling specialties, mech specialties. What I really should do is do it from the mech warriors out. I should go through, find all the ones that are really specialized in a particular mech and make sure I have one of those in my lineup.
Need something, Chief?
The problem is I got to make sure that their weight and capacity, that it's a mech that's going to be effective right now. And the fact of the matter is there's a few of them that have specialized in medium mechs that they're just not going to be able to survive the kind of fights I'm getting in right now. I mean, I'm having assault mechs and heavy mechs that are barely coming out of these battles alive. So sometimes I'm just going to have to make do. Why? Oh, I keep forgetting. The Zeus has this great mod as part of its built-in construction that allows it to both sprint and fire. So unlike all the other ones, once I get done sprinting, their turn is over. I keep wondering, why do they keep giving me stuff? Well, I can't target anything, I'm too far away, but I forgot about that. Those are things that they do not have in the vanilla game. The individual mechs don't have little quirks.
What can I do for you?
This is just one of the things I really appreciate about this particular mod.
Moving out.
It does give the mechs a nice individual feel. They're not just, even if statistically they look very similar to another mech, those little extra things, either the particular perks that they have or the quirks they have, or equipment that is fixed on them to give them that unique quality. Pretty neat.
Tell me what to do.
I do have 8 griffins in my
What can I do for you?
in my what is it? In my card, what is it? The supply, not supply. What is it? Storage. I kind of want to put them all out there. I want to have 8 different mech warriors, each piloting a griffin in a fight, and just kind of see how they survive. You know, it's like anything that doesn't survive, we trash and we move on. You know. The problem with that is it does run the risk that I'm going to lose some mech warriors, and I don't want to do that on something goofy.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
I can do the same thing with locusts too, or bug mechs. I have so many of those in my storage. Let's see. There's so many little mechs here. All right. Okay, I don't like that. Nope. I need something a little farther away. There we go. We'll just focus on those 3. Still not a great percentage. Those are 2 long-range weapons. For a 3B 2C, that'll work.
Uh-huh.
Nope, messed up his legs. Yeah, that wasn't very accurate, but that's fine. Lightweight legs.
Receiving you. Copy that.
Flashman. So my Flashman is similar to my other energy weapon, kind of gets in close shooter types. Only difference is he's got 3 large lasers. He has 1 in each arm and 1 in one of his torsos. In a way, it's a lot like an Awesome, only instead of PPCs, it's large lasers. And he supplements that with a bunch of medium lasers. So he doesn't have any short-range weapons. He only has 1 support weapon slot, and I think it's in his head. So I just didn't even bother doing it. So he does like to get in fairly close, but he doesn't want to get like real close. He wants to get into this nice, I mean, these are real, I mean, look at this. These are great percentages. I mean, those are sweet. Well, let's keep our flank clear. I wish he had split fire, but he doesn't. This would be overkill for that little twerp. Let's take the Panther out. Does have massive heat problems though. His heat will spike, so you're probably going to need to alternate between the 3 large lasers, which you can fire fine, or the 4 mediums. Can't usually fire all 7
Light damage, Commander.
without going over the heat bar. Here they are. Well, at least they're out there some distance. I've been getting screwed over on appearances on some of these things. Middle of a fight, and all of a sudden, oh, enemy lance or enemy reinforcements have arrived, and they're right behind me, and they just teleported there. They didn't even come in dropship wise, or you know, the kind that they use in the cities, these little pods. They just appear right behind me, shoot me in the back. It's like so dumb. Cheating AI.
Roger.
He doesn't have split fire either. Still want to get rid of this Panther.
All weapons, go.
Didn't quite get it done. You know why I like Panthers so much. They're little tough buggers. Okay.
I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
So in case you didn't hear from a previous video, this is just a commonly known glitch in the Battletech game. For me, it never did happen playing the vanilla game as far as I can remember. but since I've been playing this extended mod, it has happened quite a bit, especially in the urban environment. Most of the time when you start an urban mission, anywhere from 1 to all of your mechs could be have this coloration. It's basically, they just don't have the skin. The skin doesn't load onto the image. At night, it'll be different. At night, they usually have a white with purple glow around it, but in daytime ones, this is what it looks like. It's a little glitch that never was fixed.
Here goes.
I saw some things reporting this thing 7 or 8 years ago, so obviously it's never
Took
been
him
fixed.
down.
It doesn't really affect the game. If I load into a battle and like 4 or 5 of my mechs are discolored, I'll just do a quick reload, reload the battle, and sometimes they'll come back and they'll all be gone.
What do you need?
It doesn't affect anything. It's just a graphic glitch. I don't like recording them because it's
Aye, aye. Engaging target.
a little panther. Oh, you little mechs. I'm just going to have to squish you by force, aren't I? Old-fashioned way.
Ha! Send me a real opponent.
Most of my mechs don't
Hey
even have short-range weapons. Where are you at? It's my Zeus.
Hey, give it a shot.
It's the downside of missing a shot in the city is probably going to take down a building. Alright, I'm getting sick of this. We're going to have to just get in close and bop these guys on the head.
Good to go. Got it.
Say goodnight, Mongoose.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
We can do this. Let's go.
Should have run when you had the chance.
Yeah, you jump away. You jump away.
Well, that weren't nothing.
Got 9 enemies still on
I
the
hear ya.
ground.
Got it.
Squish.
This is gonna be good. Should have run when you had the chance.
Now we're 8 and 8.
Standing by. Location confirmed.
Alright, turn off the medium lasers.
I live to serve. I'm walking here.
Yeah, I see you over there. Jenner. Oh! It's my opportunity to get some Jenner scrap.
Acknowledge.
Since I lost my Jenner, I still haven't gotten a full, complete body yet.
Ooh, that hit something good.
It's one of the few medium mechs that would still be in my lineup if I had the dumb thing. I never liked them before, but man, you get somebody in there that knows what they're doing, and you equip it the right way, it's a dang good little mech. Because I could definitely still use medium mechs, just
Receiving you.
gotta be a little more cautious with them, that's all.
Ready for orders.
I set my Mongoose down. My Mongoose was doing fine. I got it equipped the way I liked it. It was surviving fights, even though it was getting fired on fairly regularly. But I just... its opportunity to do stuff
Tango down.
was getting reduced. It was sitting on the sidelines more often than not. I
Right
couldn't
here.
afford to put it out into combat as
On
often.
my way.
Alright, we'll shoot the fire starter. Oh, that's alright. Just over the line.
Oh, now I'm just tearing you up.
And back across. You're gonna tangle with a guy who just bopped this guy out of existence?
That was a heavy hit, Commander.
Yep.
That's a bold, bold move, buddy. Nah.
Understood. Scored a critical hit.
Locust, they're just sending us wave after wave of light and medium mechs. All I got are heavies and assaults.
Yes, Commander.
Not good news for them.
Position confirmed.
Shoot, this should have sprinted. He doesn't have a very good torso twist.
Got it.
Ooh. Not bad. One gun took out a leg. Chicken down, chicken down.
I hear ya.
Sugar glider.
Coordinates received.
Finish off that locust.
Here we go. Did you see that? Did you see it? Yes,
I'll have to
Commander.
show you my specializations once this fight's over. I could charge in.
Position confirmed.
Should have gone into the pool, but can't quite get an angle from anything there.
Firing on target.
Took the Jenner out.
Mech.
What do we got left? 5 mechs.
Minor damage, Commander. Commander? I'm going. Firing on multiple enemies.
A little bit of damage, both angles.
I think things are going swimming.
Ooh, he's
Don't you?
panicking.
Damage is light.
Alright, so we got 5 bad guys.
Waiting for orders.
We'll take it back. I only heard 3 come down. So that would be 8, unless there's a 4th one.
Standing by. Moving to position. Eye on. Yeah.
I don't care how much civic damage I do.
Roger that.
Good for the contractors who get to build new buildings.
Yep, that one's done for.
7. guess he survived. It's either 7 or 8. I
Yeah?
only saw 3 pods come down, so I'm assuming
Moving to position.
7.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
8 it. Down, but not out. Better microphone in my face.
How's it going? Move order received.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander. Waiting on you, Commander. You betcha.
Whoever pilots this thing really needs to have the ability to cool down. Flush the heat sinks. 6.
And stay down. Receiving you. Acknowledged.
There we go. Get in the pool. Fountain.
Orders? I'm your spaniel. Do the math, Chief. One less target. Commander? Roger that. Critical hit, Commander. Ready for orders. Confirmed.
Commander. Here we go.
4.
I got him.
This other Lance is taking
What do
its
you
time
need?
getting here.
Let's move. Here we go.
How'd that taste?
Yep, there's the first one.
Standing by. You want fast? I can give you fast. Aye, aye.
3, possibly 4.
Target eliminated.
Let's see. There's 2. Also small max. That's a 20 toner.
What can I do for you?
$30 tonner. It's 3 mechs.
Good to go. Going full throttle.
Thy will be done.
I think there's just
Good
the
to
3
go.
of them.
Moving fast. Standing by.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a quick ending.
Yeah. Bugging out.
Well, they said cool down now.
Receiving you. Copy that.
If you could twist a little more, you'd be able to get a shot off there. He's a little stiff.
Good to go. Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
Man, next round. They are not... Oh, there's a 4th one. Okay, so I did miscount. There's 4. It's a full
Receiving you.
lance. It's alright. That's what it should be anyway. There were only 3 of those little things that hit, so 2 of them must have hit at the same time.
Roger.
Plowy.
Take that.
Light mechs. They're not going to make it through the
Commander.
next round.
Affirmative. Engaging.
I'm your spaniel. On my way. I think I hit something good. Waiting for orders. Affirmative. Tell me what to shoot. Standing by. Firing all weapons.
3 left.
Tango is trash.
Yeah. Full speed sounds good. Mm-hmm.
No.
Stop. You're just embarrassing yourself.
You
Yep.
don't want to move closer to these guys. It's just
Roger.
it's just suicide, man. It's death by cop.
Tango down.
2 left.
Good to go.
Waiting for orders. Double time. It's okay. Damage is light.
What's up, boss?
Well, running away was the smarter move, but it's
Full
just
speed, no target.
it's like playing keep away now. Just gonna bounce around
Ready for orders.
until I catch them mid-move someplace, and then just boom.
On my way. Firing.
Not gonna hide behind there, buddy.
One less target.
Ready for orders. Moving to position. Moving to position. Right, Commander. Receiving you. Got it.
Goodbye.
Targeting for an Alpha structure. Hostile removed.
Give me 2 or 3 archers. I don't need any other artillery.
Right here. Mm-hmm.
Where are you at, you little shit?
Affirmative.
He's gonna pop back over here, isn't he? Oh, nope. Came behind the other side. Why would you go to where all my guys are? I mean, we're just stalling the inevitable
I
here,
hear
but-
ya. Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Firing everything I've got.
We can do this.
That.
Let's go.
Gotcha.
All right. Now we
Mission
can
successful.
take a look at where we're at here. I literally do not want any of these. I mean, it's a lot of light mechs. Whatever. We'll see if they get any bonused up equipment. Not really. Guess take a Whitworth. Oh, I forgot about the Jenners. This is good. Good cash in my pocket. It's taken out of my value of my salvage, but cash in my pocket's good. Because I'm not taking much for my mission. Panther. Store it. Stinger 3R. Store it. 1V. Store it. Okay. Let's start off with where we're at. Okay, so I had made my way up into the fringes up here, and I hopped around in a couple of missions, and I was looking around at some of the other ones, and they're just, most of these worlds were just Draconis Combine and Laren Commonwealth, just all they were. I was hoping there was going to be a few more pirate missions out here, but there just weren't that many. But I was planning on hitting some of the ones that were a little more remote. See, there's some pirate missions up here. It's an abandoned world. There's pirates there. So I was hoping to accumulate some more pirate, good fortune. I did a mission where they paid me to go to a different world. That brought me back into here, and so then I was looking around, and then I noticed that I was getting some notifications about priority missions. And so yeah, this is where I noticed these. 88 days, expires in 64. Lost Tech mech part. Interesting. This location. I can actually get there, but it would basically, all that 95 days in travel, are you kidding me? Lost Tech items. It's good stuff, but I'm not going to go back there. So then I saw these worlds. These are interesting. Rare item, flattened earth. I've already done this mission, or at least I've seen it before. But this one, this is the one that caught my eye. It's for the Draconis Combine. It's against House Lao. That's fine. Capellans don't like me anyway. It's for Lost Tech items. Interesting. Okay. That's basically where I'm on. That's where I'm going. and I left this world, and that's the course that it gave me. So I was looking for worlds part way along the way, and this place was only about 30 days. It's only 50 days from here to there, so we're still well within the timeline. This thing popped up. Free world. Oh, this is new. Unwelcome guest for Lost Tech items. And it's got a long expiration date. This one just must have just popped up in my last travel. For the Free Worlds League against Steiner. Interesting. I like that these are more and more Lost Tech items. We're getting to that time period when people are more interested in digging up Lost Tech. So that mission and this mission are both kind of on the way. I think those are where I'm going to be heading to next. But first I still got some money I got to get out of this world. So that's where we're at. Oh, I did also notice that I believe this is St. Ives Compact. Defenders of Endurian. That's Endurian. And then over here's the St. Ives Compact. I really wish they would have changed their coloration a little bit, but they're just so faint that they don't have a real distinct area that they control. But as you can tell, the Capellan Confederation has gotten squished. I mean, there's not much left of it right now. In this, yeah, the fourth succession war left a mess of the inner sphere along that borderline. Anyway, my mech warriors.
Yeah.
So this is my situation. A lot of my mech warriors have specialization in mech that currently isn't in the lineup. Now, I have Marauder 2 and Awesome, but my Dervish is currently in storage. So it's kind of a waste for one of those. But that's an easy one. Warhammer's great. Bugsy's a Warhammer specialist. Gotten several missions in the Flashman, great. He's a backup for a Grasshopper because I only had one pilot specializing usually. And you need some people to pilot it when that person's taking a break. Coldfire, my most recent hire, specialized in the Mongoose, which I just sent down. Bombardier, just sent down. Victor, I sent down recently. So right now, none of his specializations are actually in the active lineup. So I got to get him some cockpit time in one of the mechs that I'm currently using right now. And once he gets a couple of missions, then the Victor one will disappear, and we'll have a new specialty for him to try out. Coyote is my archer specialist, and narrowing in, almost has it mastered. The Vindicator and Shadowhawk are both out of the active lineup, but as you can see, neither of those he has any current active missions in. So any mission he does in a different vehicle will bounce those out. Dragon 66. He's a Thunderbolt specialist, which is in the lineup. Guillotine came in and took it out. I haven't had a Wolverine in my lineup in probably close to a year, so that one is just stuck around. So he's one of my primary Thunderbolt pilots. And the Guillotine was just another option because I have several people who are will take the Thunderbolt out for a ride. Falcon's my Crusader specialist. Been a Crusader specialist going back to before when I was still doing my career, so that's his primary vehicle of choice. He started off as a Phoenix Hawk pilot, which was a complete waste because he's got the lucky ability for long-range missiles. So the Crusader's got long-range missiles, so that's why I started using him in the Crusader. He has gotten some cockpit time with some other mechs, like you can see the Catapult and Hunchback are both here, but as long as the Crusader is up and working, it's he's my number one Crusader pilot. Fukushu, my character, has only been using the Bull Shark. I kept accidentally putting him in the Banshee because they looked similar in their name, because they use a couple of letter designation. Complete the accident. I was like, wait a second, why is he in the? Oh, he's in the stupid Banshee again, isn't he? So that's the only reason why the Banshee's on there. Those were missions that should have been in the Bull Shark. He has no reason to be in anything other than the Bull Shark. Here's the ultimate specialist. Grackle only pilots the Ostal. He doesn't have any other mechs that he uses. So, or is it she?
Copy.
She. Nobody else really uses the Ostal, so it's a good little mech. I don't know. It's definitely a character that she probably needs some cockpit time and something else, but. Okay, then there's Jester. Jester is the ultimate backup pilot. He's a backup in the Awesome. He's a backup. Well, actually, he's probably the top Awesome pilot right now. He's a backup in the Stalker, which is good too because I've been having a hard time getting pilots to specialize in it. And the Griffin hasn't been in the lineup for a while, so he's just looking to get some. It's nice when they have two mechs that they can go in, because then when I'm looking at the available pilots, the ones that aren't tired, you can say, well, I can do one of these two. Go to the next pilot. Well, this pilot's only good in one of those, so then he can take the other one. That kind of thing. Lord Dakey, he's a survivor, man. He was my urban mech pilot back in the day. He's piloted a lot of my lighter mechs. As you can see, the Locust and the Hunchback are on there, neither of which are in my current lineup. So right now he kind of defaults to the Cyclops. The Cyclops doesn't really mesh well with his skill set, though, because he's got the dual fire ability where he can target up to 3 different mechs, and he's got the what's it called? The penetrating fire, which is fine, but it's really better for a mech that's only firing one weapon. This is a good combo for somebody who's firing a few weapons and they can spread it out to multiple targets. But the Cyclops isn't a real big hitter, so it's not a perfect mesh skill-wise. But I needed somebody to get, again, some cockpit time with the Cyclops, and he just happened to be available. Magistrate, I was making him my guillotine specialist. He's already he's the backup on the Marauder too. He's gotten some time on the Flashman, so the guillotine is currently out of my active lineup, but he's got 2 mechs that are there, so he's got he'll have plenty of chances to get in combat. This is a good one because all 3 of these are in my current lineup. Actually, no, the Centurion isn't. Crusader is. Centurion, I usually have the Centurion in there, but the Centurion's been out for a while. She was one of my 2 or 3 that kind of specialized in the Centurion, but she's got probably more cockpit time on the Cyclops than anybody else, and she's also decent in the Stalkers. You can tell she's got 12 missions in both of those. So she just, whatever is available, she jumps in the one that's, isn't being used. Medusa. Shadowhawk's currently not in the lineup. The Dragon's currently not in the lineup, but the Crusader is. So basically he is one of my Crusader pilots, but he's not my number 1 pilot. Mojo. Again, Mojo is my Jenner specialist, and I don't have a Jenner. I haven't had a Jenner in the lineup in so long, and I'm still trying to get one back. It is just a lighter weight mech, but it's a valuable one. It's one I can utilize. The Thunderbolt, as long as I got people who are willing to pilot the thing, it's still available, and so is the Cyclops. So again, this is somebody that doesn't really specialize in either one, but as you can tell, she's gotten some cockpit time in both. Paradox is, or at least was, my Vindicator specialist. Lots of missions in the Vindicator, but it's been out of the lineup for quite a while now because, again, those medium and lightweight mechs just are not capable of sustaining a whole lot of damage with all these assault mechs on the field. So, but as you can see, he's gotten some time on the Striker, quite a bit. He's kind of my Striker specialist at this point. I think he's got more missions in the Striker than anybody else. And he's also gotten a mission in the Zeus, which is another mech I just brought up. So that's good, as long as, but I need more people. I need a few more to get some cockpit time in the Zeus. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to send it down. Porcupine was one that was my Hunchback specialist, But since the Hunchback hasn't been in my lineup for a while, I brought the Guillotine up. Thought, okay, that'll be a good fit. But then I sent the Guillotine back down. So he's a backup from a Bull Shark. If Fukushu isn't in the mission, Porcupine is one that can pilot that thing. You know, when it's not being used by me, by my main character. Punisher is my Marauder specialist. That's her mech of choice. Obviously, she's mastered it. She's gotten 50 missions in it. But the Awesome and the Marauder 2 are both out there as well. So this is one of those cases where if I want a little heavier mech, I'll throw her in one of those two. Or if the Marauder is getting repaired, somebody else took it out and damaged it and it's not available when the mission that I'm assigning her. So that gives her some flexibility. That's 3 mechs that are all in the lineup, so that's great. Roulette was my Blackjack specialist back in the day. Well, the Blackjack hasn't been around for a while. She was getting a lot of time in the Banshee, or he was getting a lot of time in the Banshee, and that's not available right now since I just sent it down. But he's also got experience in both the Warhammer and Stalker, so he's flexible. If one of those are available. Sabercat, the Dervish has been gone for a little bit. The Dragon again, it's not current. It kind of came up and went. So right now, the only thing he's got any real cockpit time in that's available is the Striker. Spirit was getting more and more. I had quite a few missions in the Longbow, a lot more than 3. Somehow those things deplete. But he was also a Warhammer specialist. He's done a lot of missions in the Warhammer, and he's also got some in the Battlemaster. Which again, have you seen Battlemaster come up on anybody else's list? No. These mechs that I've just recently been put in the lineup, I need to get more. I need to get them into action more often. The good news is that I have a lot of people who have Warhammer experience, so he's not so dependent on being the only one that can pilot that. Stranger. Thunderbolt's active, Marauder's active, Cyclops is active. Again, she's not the number 1 pilot in any of those 3 mechs, but when it's available, she can pilot one of them. Sugar Glider is my specialist with the Grasshopper.
Good to go.
It's the only thing that she ever really uses. Again, the Locust and Shadowhawk both have 0 missions at this point because she hasn't used them in so long. But yeah, she is getting close to mastering the Grasshopper. Taboo, Griffin again has been out of the lineup for a while. He was a Griffin specialist. He's a backup Archer pilot, and the Victor has also been out of the lineup for a little bit now. So he's still trying to find. I'm having a hard time getting him out there, and he's got good skills because he's got that breaching shot ability, which is great. You combine that with the multi-target, it's pretty awesome. I probably need to put him in the awesome a few times because that's a great. It's got the 3 PPCs, and that's all it's got. Target 3 different targets with it. That's a breaching shot, a breaching shot, and a breaching shot. So that's pretty awesome. T-Bone. So T-Bone is an Atlas specialist. And now that I have a second Atlas in the lineup, there's going to be more and more people using the Atlas. He's a backup for the Grasshopper. Doesn't get to use it very often. He's also used the Orion, which I didn't have in my lineup for very long. It's currently in storage. And lastly, Tinker. Tinker's had a hard time getting the right mech. She is my number 2 pilot with the Crusader, but she's also got a lot of time in the Atlas, and I've given her some time in the Battlemaster, so she's flexible. With this group of 24, being able to put out 8, 8, and 8, I can do 3 missions in a row and go through my entire roster of mech warriors. And while 8 of them are resting, I still got 16 I can work with. So I've alienated the pirates so badly. I've got to get this back up. Man, all I'm going to do is hurt my relationship with either the pirates, which I can't really afford to do anymore. So this is where I'm at balancing these. You can tell both of these are star to star. It's like if I'm going to increase this, then this goes down. Then I have to do a mission for the Lyrans to go the other direction. So as you can see, I need to do a mission against the Lyrans right now, because right now they're higher on the totem pole. So one of these two is going to have to be next, and then we'll turn around and do a mission for the Lyrans against the Draconis Combine. By bouncing back and forth, I'll keep them both somewhat mollified, and I'll keep my position in both of them. Back to the store. Oh no, those weapons. Black market weapons. Right there. That's what I'm looking. I need to get this. Right now I'm just under 3 million, but I also got to be aware I need to make sure I have enough money to cover my my expenses when we get to the end of the month. But I'm going to buy this before I leave, so I need to make a few thousand more credits, or million credits, to be able to swing this. Right now I only have one mech that's using a similar weapon, and that's in my Bull Shark SLDF Gauss rifle with no modifications. So this thing it's 15 tons, takes up 5 slots, does 75 damage, generates 3 heat. Whereas this thing, same damage, 75 with 40 stability, 3 heat, all that's the same. It's 2-ton discount though. It means it's lighter weight. The thing weighs, well, it's a full off size though, 13 tons and 5 slots, as opposed to 15 tons. So dropping that in here will get me back 3 tons that I could put into armor or heat sinks. So many options. Oh, it's making me drool. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop my recording there, because the next battle is going to be even less exciting than the previous one that I did. But you can see what I'm going to be doing. I will record my next priority mission. Those will be challenged, because they're usually force me to use 4 mechs at a time. Basically, what I'm going to do now is 1 mission, 2 missions, maybe 3 and 4 missions, and then we'll be done, and then I'll have to move. So I got to spend 4 missions between the 5 of those or 6 of those that are available, and then jet. Hopefully I can find some place to do some more pirate missions, because I'm really concerned that the next time the pirates come a-calling, I'm not going to be able to get my free pass, and I'm going to have to fork out a huge amount of money to keep my accessibility to the black market. So that has me worried. But more on that later. Thanks for watching. Keep your eyes open for more content coming soon.